Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you're feeling well today. A few days ago I talked to someone and they really opened up about how they feel they can never feel happy anymore in their life. And they even said they can't remember what it feels like to be happy. And this really touched my heart. I think a lot of us can relate to this in some way. But it is something we don't really talk about in society. Usually, if someone asks you, how are you doing? You're expected to say, well, how are you? And I'm not even talking about depression or more severe situations like that, but simply the lack of happiness. As a consequence, I think a lot of us don't even admit these feelings to our own selves anymore. And we perhaps try to fill our days with a lot of activities to distract ourselves or drown these feelings with other things like intoxication or adventure seeking or whatever that is. But I don't think it is a very good thing to run away from things or to drown them. Usually things get worse when we do that. So today I would like to just look at happiness and see if we can get something helpful and positive out of this. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to press like, to share it with anyone else you think can benefit from this, and to subscribe to my channel so you can receive more uplifting videos like this and we can stay connected. As we grow older, this concept of happiness becomes more and more complicated. As our lives become more dense with obligations and fears perhaps about the future regarding money, health, everything becomes more precarious. Also, we have already experienced so many things, so they don't excite us anymore that much, and they don't hold this promise of eternal happiness anymore. Like, once I'm gonna find the love of my life, I'm gonna be happy ever after. Or once I land my dream job, I'm gonna be sorted for the rest of my life. Once I achieve this or that, I'm gonna be really happy. But we kind of come to see that things can make us happy for a while. But after a while, the excitement wears off. And we kind of need something else to aspire to keep up this elusive dream of happiness. That question of why can I never be happy can be put in so many different ways. Like, why am I never fully satisfied or lastingly? Why do I always desire something else? Why is it never enough? And this seems to be the story of a human life. One desire gives rise to the next, and it never ends. And that notion of happiness becomes ever more elusive. What does it mean? As a child, we might have been really happy about a piece of cake or a great toy. But as we grow older, happiness becomes more complicated. So the question to ask perhaps first is, what does it mean for you to be happy? For me, I was always looking for a sense of happiness that is lasting and that doesn't depend on people or things around me. Because I learned very soon that everything always changes. People change, things change. So lasting happiness cannot depend on these things. Lasting happiness can only come from the inside. And in a way, all of our longing for happiness comes from the fact that we were meant to be happy all of the time. It is our nature. We were born to be happy. And all of life really is about understanding this truth. That lasting happiness cannot be found on the outside. It is our own nature. Unfortunately, in this world, we are always so distracted. And we are made to believe that we need to achieve things or to accumulate things in order to be happy. It is in very few parts of the world that we learn about the nature of the soul. And things like enlightenment or self-realization, all these fancy words that we use for this simple act of recognizing our inborn happiness. We cannot find happiness that is real and lasting in any other way but looking inside, contemplating on the question, who am I, beyond the body and all the things that come and go. When we do this, all of our questions will be answered, and we will find that we do not need anything or anyone else in order to be happy. And we can do this in so many different ways. The most effective way, perhaps, is to strip away all these layers of distractions, of definitions about ourselves that we have adopted over all these years, and to see what reveals itself underneath all that through meditation, a moment of silence, just being quiet. And we can do this right now. Just for this moment, let go of the time it is in the day, the things you need to do later. Just for this brief moment, sit with yourself. Take a few breaths, perhaps, and look inside. What do you perceive? What is it about you that is not learned or adopted? What are you before you became a mother or father, daughter, brother, lawyer, accountant, baker? What remains here when everything else changes? Your age, your occupation, your interests. What is it about you that is real and lasting? I think when we ask these questions, or simply sit still for a while, we all can connect with this source, this presence inside that is lasting and that is not disturbed no matter what happens on the outside. This place of peace, calm, and sanity. And this is where we find true happiness. And your concept of happiness might change radically into something that is more calm, peaceful, and lasting. I hope you can take courage from this video and continue on your beautiful path of self-discovery. Don't fall back into lesser quests or forms of contentment. You were born to find this.